Hello everyone, and I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of Extinct Original. For today's video, we will be featuring the LEGO compatible custom SARCOSUCHUS Imperator. Thank you to youtube.com audio library for the awesome background. You guys have guessed well during the community post that I did, and I'm excited for today because this is the very first reptile that I have actually customed. And joining me here is Moira for this very special episode. She will be joining me later at the end of the video, but for now, I think we should see why we actually chose this particular species. Now there are actually two species of SARCOSUCHUS. One is SARCOSUCHUS Hearty and SARCOSUCHUS Imperator. SARCOSUCHUS Imperator is technically larger and longer, bigger and heavier, so I wanted to have Imperator as the species for this particular custom. So much for that brief introduction. Now let's have a closer look. Alright, let's pick up the Sarco and take a look closer. Now let's take a look first at the limbs, so it can do this and twist it around. This is actually from the Dimetrodon figure that I got previously, and yeah, it's a simple action and articulation. Now the head can twist around like so, and the mouth can open as wide as this one. The head is slender with an expansion at the end of the upper jaw. Alright, so the tail is quite long. It's almost as long as the body, and it's made up of several shoots and also spikes on the back. The tail can move like so that it's like mimicking the swimming ability of the crocodile. I painted the scutes and the spikes on the back darker so that it will be in good contrast with the primary colors. And I guess that's it for the closer look. And as with my other videos, now it is time for us to assemble. This figure is made up of 8 parts. I already attached the head to the lower jaw because it's quite tricky to attach actually, since the sculpting has been permanent and attaching it is quite difficult. So let's attach it to the body. Now let's attach the forelegs. Now let's attach the hind legs, the left and then the right one. And of course the last piece would be the tail. And that completes the figure. Wow. Now let's review some outtakes from when I was doing this particular figure. It's extinct breaks at work. So here is the figure when it was under kit bashing. Initially I attached the lower jaw permanently to the body, but then I decided to scrap that idea out on the latter part of this custom because it wouldn't give me much articulation on the neck part. So after kit bashing, I stuffed the custom with paper just to bulk it up before I prepare it for sculpting. And here it is being sculpted. You can see here that the neck is covered up and the tail is still movable. So here I already changed the neck piece so that it will have added articulation, and I inverted the entire face. And here is the sculpted figure and the primered one. I used Bosny number 68 primer gray for this one. And here is me painting the primered figure. I let it dry first around 2 to 3 hours before I started painting, and I used light olive green for the underbelly and a reddish brown on the top portion of the figure. I coated the figure 3 times and drying it every time I place another coat, and it's worth it actually, although it's very tedious. But don't rush your painting, guys, it's really worth it. Now here's me just adding some more details. So I placed some speckles of dark red and also a lighter underbelly. Also painted the teeth and also the nails with light gray. And here is the finished product. And here's a short clip of the SARCOSUCHUS as a size comparison. Here it is side by side with a minifigure. You can see how big it is. It can actually easily swallow Moira whole. But I'm not gonna do that, of course. Now let's get another figure to compare. Maybe we can use this Lego crocodile. Alright, so you can easily see that it's not even the length of the tail. If you're going to estimate it, it would be around 3 times the length of this crocodile to meet the length of the SARCOSUCHUS figure. Alright, swim away now, Mr. Croc. Okay, so let's compare the SARCOSUCHUS with one of its dinner, a Parasaurolophus. Okay, side by side, you can see here, I think the size is appropriate. You can just imagine the Parasaurolophus drinking in the water hole, and then the SARCOSUCHUS lunging up, the Parasaurolophus hitting it hard on the neck and pulling it back to the water, much like how zebras end up during the Serengeti drive. Walk away now, Mr. Parasaurolophus. Alright, now let's compare the SARCOSUCHUS with another predator here, the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex. Definitely the T-Rex is taller and I think bigger while comparing the head, the teeth, everything except the arms. Don't hate on me, guys. This got me thinking, who do you guys think would win if the T-Rex and the SARCOSUCHUS would battle? I'm placing my bets on the T-Rex, but I'd like to hear your comments down below. So will you be Team T-Rex or Team Sarco? Come on guys, vote up! We are almost ending the video, so I guess it's time for some last looks. Now, SARCOSUCHUS means flesh crocodile. It is an extinct genus of crocodiliform and distant relatives of the living crocodilians that lived during the early Cretaceous. It was one of the largest crocodile-line reptiles, reaching an average estimate of 9 meters and 3.5 tons. Although it is estimated to grow up to 9.5 meters, in body length and could weigh up to 4.3 tons. Sarcosuchus had somewhat telescoped eyes and a long snout comprising 75% of the length of the skull. It has an expansion at the end of its snout known as a bulla, which has been compared with the gara seen in gharials. Although unlike the modern relatives, the bulla of the Sarcosuchus was not sexually dimorphic, and this trait is actually present in both males and females. The largest known skull of Sarcosuchus imperator is at 5.25 feet long and an estimated body length of 11.65 meters or 38.2 feet. This shows that Sarcosuchus was able to reach a maximum body size not only greater than previously estimated, but also greater than Ramphosuchus, Deinosuchus, and even the Miocene Purosaurus. These estimates are actually based off the equations from a saltwater crocodile. However, extrapolation from the femur of the subadult individual makes it at 9.1 meters, that is a little shorter than this Deinosuchus and the Purosaurus. I think that ends the video. I hope you like it. Moira will be feeding the Sarcosuchus as it's lunchtime here at the Extinct Brick Zoo. I thoroughly enjoyed making this custom figure and I hope you like it too. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and also hit that notification button so that you'll be updated accordingly. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brick roll!